Now let's move to Chhattisgarh, where again, despite the fact that your poll seems to find a certain level of anger with the status quo, Bhupesh Baghel is holding his own. It's another state where there was factionalism. It's another state where Mr. Kharge has done a decent job of actually being able to reconcile the unhappiness that T.S. Singh Deo expressed. He's fallen in line. Let's take a look at the numbers. Let's take a look at Chhattisgarh. There it is. Again, a comfortable win being forecast for the Congress here. Yashwant.
Yeah, I mean, the Congress Chief Minister is doing a brilliant job. Among the top rating Chief Minister in all our MOTN polls that we carry out for the India Today twice a year. I think the last that one they did, he was at number 3 all India, if I'm not wrong. So apparently, this is a guy who has taken all the positive steps. In a way, he has done the welfare schemes. He has delivered them. He is not a speaker who has gone out of the way to criticize Mr. Narendra Modi, keeping in mind that a big number of Chhattisgarh voters like Mr. Narendra Modi.
So I mean, that was reflected in the Lok Sabha results. If we can turn just briefly to the Lok Sabha slide, I'm sure we have it, and we'll come back to the State Assembly. I think that's something very, very interesting, right? That was BJP taking 9 seats in the Lok Sabha. Can I just take the banner off to Congress's 2? You're saying Mr. Baghel is keeping this in mind. He is localizing this election. He's not making it a national election.
Exactly, and this is a time-tested formula now for the opposition leaders at large, those who know how to play it. He has not really gone after campaign after. In fact, so many times he has ended up praising Mr. Modi on many things. That was surprising for me. So he has very carefully gone ahead. He has dehyphenated the state elections from the national narrative.
Yeah.
नीचे के लेवल पे इन सारे लोगों के कार्यकर्ता एक्चुअली वो राजस्थान का पुराना नारा भी पंप इन कर देते हैं, मोदी तुझसे बैर नहीं लेकिन फलाना तेरी खैर नहीं. Actually, more than the BJP, it is the Congress leaders which are using this ploy. So they are diverting and trying to let the voters, understand this is not about Mr. Modi. This is about you. This is about me. When Mr. Modi's numbers come, you are free to vote for them. And that they have taken a call. And that is the reason why Mr. Gehlot could not even make his own son win the Lok Sabha election. That's precisely the reason. Right. So I think, yeah.
I know. I was just going to say, and once again, the absence of a BJP face. I mean, if we go back to who's the preferred choice for chief minister, Raman Singh is at half the popularity of Bhupesh Baghel. Raman Singh was a very popular chief minister, very popular BJP leader at one time, but that is the ruthlessness of politics. And notwithstanding the BJP making some feeble noises over Mahavir app allegations and corruption allegations, Mr. Baghel is Mahadev, I beg your pardon, Mahadev betting app. Mr. Baghel seems very comfortable. Perhaps in all of the states, there's no one who's disagreeing that Chhattisgarh could deliver a different outcome.
Exactly. And look at Dr. Raman Singh's number. Even he's for 5 years, he has been retired of sorts. He was not in public limelight. BJP was not projecting. Even without anybody's help, his still recall name comes up as a 20-25%, ranging between 20 and 25%. And that has probably forced the BJP to give him a ticket, to create a kind of a pseudo assurance that, okay, agar hum jeete to Dr. Raman Singh ko banaya ja sakta. I mean, particularly sensing that those who like him should still get hopeful that he might be the chief minister. But I do sometimes feel like Chhattisgarh probably is not that one-way traffic that even we would like to have believed, BJP was wiped out last time. And Congress actually got a disproportionate number of seats, Barkha, because of the first past the post system in the last elections. So BJP lost even their best of the seats. I guess the number of the BJP which is increasing, they are increasing because of 2 reasons. Number one, the others, the parties, the smaller parties with BJP actually propped up 5 years back, hoping that they will eat into anti-incumbent votes and, bring Congress tally down.
Yeah. And in fact, Yashwant, as you're sort of reconnecting to us, I want to actually bring up the one slide where you, once again, despite the popularity of Mr. Baghel,
Yeah.
asked the question, Yashwant, of how angry are you? And 49% in Chhattisgarh say they're angry and they want to change the government. This has been the most interesting finding. Across states, people are irritated, but they're kind of, it's not impacting necessarily the chief ministerial
Yeah.
choice.
Yeah, exactly. Because the reason is that a huge number of non-performing sitting MLAs of the Congress, that anger is directly aimed at that. And because Mr. Bhupesh Baghel, among all the Congress hopefuls and others, he is the only chief person who actually has managed to chop down the tickets of sitting MLAs big time. If I am not wrong, I guess till yesterday he has denied 22 sitting MLAs the tickets. So that's a that's a strategy that he has picked out from the BJP's playbook. That you
Very
can
interesting.
counter the anti-incumbency by denying the tickets. Mr. Our Rajasthan Chief Minister, he is unable to do that simply because he doesn't have the cushion of the big number of MLAs. Mr. Bhupesh Baghel has a cushion of excess MLAs. While Mr. Gehlot was just in, and for 5 years, he has actually taken support from all those 100 odd MLAs. So he is not at all in a position to actually deny a ticket to any of his supporter who is unpopular he may be. That's why Mr. Baghel's issues or problems are less than Mr. Gehlot. So multiple things are there at work,
Very interesting. I need to move on to the south now, Telangana. This is the state that's going to vote the last.
But
It is also the
Barkha,
one.
before that, you can show that
Yeah.
graph. I have put
Oh,
the
yeah. Can you share your screen? Can you
perception
share
of the
your screen? Yeah.
winnability. Yeah.
Yes.
Here, the blue
Yeah.
line is actually the Congress. You can see that for a small period, the Congress graph has come down, but it has again gone up, and it is comfortably up. So
Right.
the vote share gap between the Congress and BJP might be only 3-4%, but the perception gap is almost like 10%. So that's just like on the line of Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, and Chhattisgarh. People at large believe, they think that Congress is going to come back in Chhattisgarh. But
So people
the
people
contest
are
is
people
closer
are
than what
people are
we are.
sometimes people. I say people are sometimes very smart psephologists themselves.
Oh yeah, they are smarter than all of us to put together. No doubt about that. That the combined wisdom of the crowd is certainly amazing in that way.